Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We've got an Alliance War video where we're going to be taking on Path 6. And I took in Warlock, Quake, and Dr. Doom for this path. Now, Dr. Doom doesn't see a lot of action, actually. I think only 2 fights, and this first one is one of the 2. So it's a Mordo. We have Flow as the global, and so I got asked in my last war video what Flow was. So Flow is a global node where certain defenders, which have the control tag, or hashtag, I think it's just tag. I don't know. If you crit against them, then they get a Hurricane passive buff, as you'll see in this fight here and there. Okay, to commentate on this fight, it was very scuffed, man. Oh my god, I don't even really want to talk about it. But as you can see, so much stuff is going on, and at the same time, I'm just messing up everywhere. And I'm like, dude, like, there's no way this just happened. He just, for some reason, decided not to throw any specials, and or his special 3. So I would have taken a little bit more damage. I don't think I would have died. But like, if you just rewatch that over, it's just like nonsense. Like, he should have thrown his special attack. I just kind of went for everything. Alright, going on to my next fight. This is a thing on All for Nothing, and the easiest option here is just Quake and Bake. So at the start, he's gonna be we're both gonna be buff and debuff immune, and what I'm gonna do is actually keep hitting into his block, because I don't want to get cornered into the back while he still has a debuff immunity. So yeah, so now once that fisticuffs has ended, now I can just regular Quake, and essentially, like, this fight is pretty easy. He does have the 15 rock charges, and I believe it is reducing my damage quite a bit. But the thing is that yeah, I just kind of have to hold out for a little bit. I'm not running suicides either, so that's also another huge damage reduction. So normally, where this fight would have probably been over already, I'm still here quaking and baking. But yeah, it's what it is. But yeah, it just could have gone so much faster. But yeah, it's the route I decided to go with. And I noticed this guy's also running Limber, because my stuns aren't lasting nearly as much as they normally do. But yeah, this fight's pretty easy. Just make sure, in case he does throw a heavy, you're ready for it. Yeah, his heavy is actually isn't that crazy hard to evade. It's kind of like you're quaking and shaking in the corner with his heavy, where you go for the regular evade, then you go for a heavy evade, and then another normal evade. Alright, so that fight is over, and now on to my second Dr. Doom fight. And this was really bad. Like, if you guys, for some reason, unsubscribe, I would not blame you. This thing, it was ugly. This, like, I have no idea. Just, I went in, I pretty much, I bought it out. Like, I did not know what I was doing. I haven't played with Dr. Doom all that much. I've just had him on my, like, questing team and just auto fighting. And I completely forgot that he's shock immune. So I went for a freaking heavy, because I was thinking, oh, I can just heavy attack after a medium. And yeah, he's immune to that. On top of that, I wasn't timing my specials right. So in a normal situation where if I was really focused, there was a lot of mistakes I could have avoided. But yeah, it's what it is, man. But yeah, as you can see, I've already gotten hit a couple times with a special attack, with combo, and it doesn't even stop there either. And then he actually dexterities my special one, and I was like, what, dude? So yeah, a lot of mistakes throughout the fight. But yeah, luckily this is a 6-star Doctor Doom, so I get some of the healing back, so that's good. And I don't really have to worry about his stun either, just because my Doctor Doom is also shock immune. So that's kind of like one of the biggest worries when fighting Doctor Doom, is that if he has his aura, then if you dexterity and he nullifies your dexterity, then you will get a shock debuff on you. But yeah, so that fight is done. It was really scuffed, but in the end I didn't die. So yeah, I guess a win is a win. Alright, and I believe the last 3 fights in this Alliance War video, they're all Quake. So if you're not interested, it's cool, but yeah, it's all Quake and Bake. I believe Quake is such a strong answer to a lot of these flow defenders. I believe for Mystic, so you guys pointed out the Man Thing isn't one of them, which for some reason I thought he was, but he's not. But I believe Dormammu is one of them. Warlock is another. So Dormammu, Magic. Dormammu, Magic, Mordo, Warlock, Mr. Sinister. And there's a couple other I know. Oh, Guillotine 2099 that are like pretty prevalent in these flow wars. And yeah, just Quake, as long as like they don't have some kind of way to stop Quake from quaking and baking or quaking and shaking. She's such a strong answer that like a lot of the people in my battle group, they've been noticing like that either you taking Guillotine 29 or you taking Quake, and she's just such a strong counter because you never crit against the opponent because you're never gonna hit the opponent. So yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna head over onto the Quake wagon because it's just you either deal with the node or you use Quake and not deal with the node at all. And also, like, I didn't realize that Doctor Doom also counters the flow. So I thought it was only on debuffs, stun debuffs, but if you check out the Mordo fight with Doctor Doom, whenever I passively stunned him with the heavy, Mordo would lose his power gain passive buffs. Alright, and so sometimes you'll see me like check out what people are doing, and that's because I'm just planning on who's gonna take what mini bosses. Usually this is like 10, 11, 12 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon of the next day of Alliance War, and yeah, I'll just scout who still is alive and use those people that look pretty healthy to take on mini bosses. See who has great counters and who doesn't, and if we have someone on backup, then I'll sign them too to help out, either finish up a lane or just solely on a mini boss or a boss fight. Okay, so we're gonna head on to this Electro fight, and I had to check, make sure I read the notes on this because I wasn't sure if it was no retreat. But yeah, this is Caltrop, so essentially I can't just evade back. I have to make sure my parries are on point. So yeah, we're gonna go into this fight, and this Electro generally doesn't I don't even want to say generally because he never has a lot of health. So yeah, Electro is one of those glass cannons, kind of like Sparky, where their health is so low that in Alliance War, they're annoying, but they don't. I feel like they're not that crazy of a defender unless they're hidden. They might be a little bit annoying, like if they're on their lane, but or on your lane, but for the most part, it's pretty easy counter. Whether you bring in Namor or Quake or Omega, yeah, there's a lot of counters nowadays. Where before in Alliance Wars, it was essentially you just took and ate the damage. All right, and now on for the last fight in this Alliance War. It's Black Widow, Clairvoyant, and yeah, this fight is pretty easy. So it's just Quake and Bake again. Black Widow Clairvoyant has a pretty high base attack as well, so yeah, definitely don't want to get hit. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it to the Alliance War video. The start of the Alliance War video was really, really bad. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed some of those crazy fights with Dr. Doom, where I literally don't know how I came out of those alive. But yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. But yeah, if you enjoyed this Alliance War video, I'll bring Dr. Doom more often and see what he can do. And I think I'm going to take in my rank 2 Weapon X into Alliance War one of these days. With a synergy as well, just so that my bleeds can stick on a little bit longer, because it actually does matter quite heavy if you can keep those bleeds going. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Alliance War video again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, take care.